Hi, Blind Guy Garage. You see this little fella? This is a 46-inch Troy-Bilt steering wheel zero turn. Just going to do a little operation video, kind of a review on the machine as well, because I notice a lot of people are getting machines and they get them used like this one. Don't know where any controls are, don't understand like how to operate it and stuff like that. And that's fair, because a lot of machines are just different. I get on them all the time. You see all of these out here, and just about everything has some sort of different way, goofy way of operating the machine. So this here is your brake, parking brake. There's a little button, little lever down here. This little guy does double duty. Holds it in park. You push it down with one foot, which would, I guess, be your right, and it would hold it, and it'll click. You'll feel it, and that will hold this pedal down. The other side over there, that's your forward and backward pedal, and you push this down with your left foot as you're pushing that down, and you'll feel this click, and it's kind of set your, it would be called like a cruise control. And I believe you have gas level right here. You just kind of look through the tank. I think this was for other options, this body panel here, this piece. So some of these will have tilt steering. This one does not have tilt steering. The Cub Cadet version does. You've got this one here has a lot of little things not in it because of it's just not the top of the line. It's a 46-inch model, if I didn't already say that, and if I did, sorry. Deck height. You want to cut at an appropriate height, and if the wheels down there, which are called anti-scalping wheels, which mean the blade don't come across and just hit the dirt, you know. You want those wheels down where they're somewhat close to or actually touching the ground when you're cutting, so that it makes the deck bounce over obstacles like the moles. They put the hill in your yard, or you know, sometimes rocks and things. So deck height, go pedal, PTO switch, you pull it up to engage the blades, push it down to turn them off, and for, you know, oh crap, emergencies. So you'll want to, that's full throttle. That is choke. This is the, you know, it stays it wherever you put it. So if you want just a little bit of choke because it's either cold-natured or possibly dirty carburetor or something. So anyway, you run it to full throttle, you'll turn your blades on. You don't really, I mean, this one here will turn on at about half throttle and all. It's kind of your preference on the machine. Some machines like being at full throttle to be turning the deck on. Some seem to do nicer. It doesn't shock the mower, make the whole thing shake and rattle and go crazy when you turn it on at half throttle. Some of them do great just at full throttle. Every mower is designed to cut at full throttle. So when you start it, you'll crank it up. Of course, that's your crank. That cranks. It'll be running. This particular machine and a lot of these MTD steering wheel zero turns still have the same setup as a riding mower. You have to turn this switch and push that button down and hold it as you go in reverse down there to cut backward. As you're driving backward, it needs to cut, and you don't have to hold it down the whole time you're going backward. You can let off of it, and then you can go forward and then go backward again. And I think it has like a little timer there sometimes where it's 15 minutes, but I've been on some of them before. You have to hold it down, put it in reverse, and then you can let off of it every time you go to reverse. Other than that, it's not really complicated. These are pretty simple machines. I've not seen a whole lot of. Some of the older machines are pretty complicated, but they've gotten better at simplifying everything. As far as a review, these style machines seem to be doing pretty good. You have grease points up here on your steering. You need to make sure you grease that at least every season if you're not using the machine a huge amount. If you're only putting 40 or 50 hours on a machine in a year, make sure you still grease that kind of stuff. Do your service every year. This particular model has a Kohler 7000 on it. I don't know where the sticker for the horsepowers is going, but these are okay engines. Make sure you check the oil every time you use it. I've been using it. It needs an oil change. The oil's getting pretty thin. You want to run 20W50 oil and pretty much every air-cooled outdoor engine, small equipment engine, mainly because it can handle the heat better. That stuff's really thin, so I probably won't do much more cutting with this machine, no more test cutting until I get a good oil change in it. It's radiating heat off of it. But these little guys, they cut really nice. Has the same style deck as your conventional riding mower. Pretty good deck speed, not super loud machine. We'll go ahead and fire it up and do a little test run, and I'll show you that. And since it's warm, I may not have to use choke, but sometimes they need a little extra on the carburetor side of things. Push down on that. It automatically releases down there. Put tension on the belt. Now we can go. Look here. So now, come out here into the yard a little. We're going to go to full throttle. We'll go deck on. See? Not terribly loud, but it is kind of loud. I mean, it is loud. But all mowers are loud. Now I have the deck all the way up. Well, almost. No, I don't. It throws grass out more than the old stuff used to. Which this yard has already been cut, but look at that. And it's bumpy and uneven terrain out here. The steering is not super fast, I guess you'd say. But we're going to turn. Look. And now you can zero. And it slows down. It slows down for you so you can do your turn. They've got plenty of power. I'm trying to find some thicker grass. I just go faster. Whoa, yeah. I mean, going fast even works. We're scooting along. I don't know if you can tell how fast that is. There's a lot of clipping. Grass has already been cut. We're about to get in some taller stuff back here. Gotta slow down, I hear it. It ain't bogging the engine really. truck right there. Whoa, tractor implement. Right that way. I like them. Yeah. I didn't like that grab. Look at that. It's been dry. It's been very dry. That's in my eyes and everything. So we're going to scoot on back up to the shop. We're cutting yard now. I'm going pretty quick. Bouncy. And then go put the key back, one click, button down, reverse. And in a straight line it goes backward pretty quick, but when you turn it slows itself down. See? Go pretty slow, but the speed don't back up. The only thing is, it don't really return to center like you're used to on a riding mower. I'll turn the deck off. So it don't really return to center like a riding mower or your car does, like you expect, because of the way that the steering is set up. But it, I mean, I got the idle all the way down, and we're moving at still a pretty decent clip for a zero turn. I mean, for a riding mower, zero turn, whatever you want to call this. So the biggest advantage to these is they back up really good. It's not as hard to back up as in straight lines as a zero turn, a conventional zero turn is. It's not near as much of a challenge as a normal zero turn. I hit my jet stand. I mean, in a normal zero turn it's a little bit more difficult. So then put park down, push that. Oh, I didn't show you all the cruise control. So everything's, whoa, see? And then if you need it off, you can do that. I think you can hit park too. Let me see. Yeah. So you can hit your brake too to stop it. I want it over a little more. So it's pretty strange, it's a little different. If you're like me and used to using big zero turns all the time, this little guy here is a little weird, but set her in park just cause. Click, idle. Every time you turn a machine off, you need to idle it all the way down. Always idle your machine all the way down before you turn them off, because you can blow the head gaskets and all kinds of things through. Oh, the carburetor just runs all of the it just runs through velocity of air running through the engine, so sucking through the carburetor. So if you turn it off at full throttle, it's going to be shooting fuel into it, and the engine's turned off, so as it rotates it dumps fuel in there, and it can explode the muffler, all kinds of craziness. I've seen the whole muffler get blown in half. I've seen, and when that happened it bent valve on that mower in particular, but most of the time it'll blow a head gasket or something. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was informative. Maybe you learned a little something, especially if you're trying to look at buying one of them. They are just like a normal mower. You want to look for grease fittings and things. They don't have a lot on these. Typically there's none except for on that steering up front. And so very decent. I mean, they're good machines. Everything seems to be handling everything pretty well on these. I've not had a lot of these come in and for me to work on them, so I don't know if that's for warranty, because of warranty, and they take them to other people, or they just don't break that much. I'm not sure. I've only had a couple. This one in particular, they broke the spindle because they had the blade on upside down, and the blade hit the ground and broke it. But like, share, and subscribe. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and hopefully I can give y'all plenty more content.